Internet, it's RJ. Welcome back. Thanks for tuning into a special episode. This time we are, as you can see, on site at the new Capital One Lounge that just opened up in DFW Airport. So, in typical fashion here, we'll tell you everything you need to know about the lounge, how you get in. We'll go on the full tour. I'll give you some thoughts and observations, and we'll talk about the future and what this means for Capital One and maybe the lounge game as a whole. So, if any of that sounds interesting to you, then of course go ahead, press the subscribe button. Let's get to work. Okay, first things first. If you've been following the show or the credit card news for quite some time, then over the last few months, Capital One's been talking about opening new lounges. Well, DFW opened maybe a few weeks ago, I think the beginning of November, so we're finally on site. So first off, let's start out by talking about the details of the lounge, then we'll go into how you get access to the lounge if you're interested, then of course the full tour. So, details we have, again, this is the first of 3 lounges coming. This one is in Dallas-Fort Worth International Airport, or DFW. This is by Terminal D in Gate 22, so if you come out of security, it's right there. Funny enough, it's next to American Airlines lounge as well, like if you go in the same elevator, actually. Now, overall, the size is about 10,000 square feet, which isn't really bad. Again, you'll get a feeling of that size when we go through the tour. And hours, this does open at 6 a.m. to 9 p.m., 7 days a week. Now, again, we did mention there are 2 additional lounges coming in 2022. There is one planned for Denver International Airport and then one planned for Dulles International Airport as well. Now, let's talk about how you actually get into the Capital One Lounge if you are in the area. So first things first, there's about 3 different ways to get in. It's easiest if you're a Venture X card holder. So if you don't remember, I'll put the Venture X card on screen and link to the video down below. That is Capital One's new, flagship travel card. So Venture X card holders, it's got a $395 annual fee, some other travel benefits, but one of the perks is that Venture X card holders are going to get unlimited access to the lounge. Now they will also get access for 2 guests per visit, and then additional guests that they wanted to bring in would be $45 each. Now, Capital One also has some other travel cards out there that predate the Venture X, the Venture, and the Spark Miles card. So those cards are going to give you 2 free visits per year. And then after those 2 free visits, if you wanted to come back, it's going to be $45 for each additional visit. And then additional guests or guests period are going to be $45 each per visit. And of course, there's the third option, which is a non-card holder. That's what I am. You can just pay a flat $65 at the gate and they will let you in. It was pretty easy. Just walked up there, hey, I want a day pass. Now this day pass, they gave me a receipt. They said, hey, hang on to this. You can come and go as you please. It's good for about 3 hours. Now again, as you can see behind me, it's not super crowded right now. For context sake, it is Thursday, December 2nd at noon in Dallas right now. But you wouldn't expect it to be crowded because again, it's not that many Venture card holders out there, although this is a big airport. So overall, not too bad. I feel like they'd probably let you come and go longer than 3 hours if it took. They did ask me when my next flight was, but I didn't have to show a boarding pass or arriving or departure boarding pass or anything like that. That is common in other lounges. So all that to say, it is important to know that this is not a part of the Priority Pass network, though. Basically all the other lounges, except for like Centurion and maybe like Admiral's Club, and some marquee lounges are part of Priority Pass, and that can get you in. But those 3 ways are the only way we can get in. But again, it's not super exclusive because you can't buy your way in, so to speak. That's kind of what I did. So overall, those are the details you need to know. Now let's get into the fun stuff here. So I'm going to talk you through some of the amenities, and then we'll go through the tour as we talk about them. I'll give you some of my experiences and what I've seen so far. So the advertised amenities we have here, high-speed Wi-Fi. First off, I can attest to that. It's pretty quick Wi-Fi, honestly. I've been recording, obviously, a bunch of footage straight on my phone and sending it through AirDrop to this computer here, and it's moved pretty fast. So again, I think the Wi-Fi checks out. Now, as far as other stuff you may be interested in, there's grab and go food options. They have other dining options as well. For example, I've seen, we'll go through it again, you can see it on screen. So like grab and go, they have like, turkey sandwiches, things like that, the usual snacks. But then they also have, the regular, there's some croissants, muffins, things like that. Again, it's kind of at the lunch changeover when I got here. But there's still, from what I've been observing, there's a lot of staff coming in and bringing out, updated or fresh food periodically. Been very attentive. There is an alcohol bar. It looks fully stocked. It looks pretty sweet. Overall, if you're not into that, you need more of a pick-me-up, well, there is coffee bar as well. Then they also have, the regular fountain drinks or teas or sodas or, of course, water, all that good stuff. There's quiet work areas. That's kind of where I'm sitting right now. Again, you can kind of see the lounge, opening up behind me. So this is what I would call more of a quieter work area. The only one over, I didn't feel like being the obnoxious person filming in front of everyone. Try to have some manners. But aside from that, you also have relaxation rooms. There's some luggage lockers, again, as you can make I won't say a day out of it, but you can be here for a few hours. So if you wanted to park your luggage, go do some shopping and come back, you can do that, which is pretty convenient. Now, interestingly enough, they do have like a cycling room with 2 Peloton bikes in there, and then right next door there's a shower to it. Couldn't get into the shower. There were 2 people in there in each individual shower. I assume in each individual shower. I don't know how much fun they're allowed to have in the lounge, but couldn't get into there. But I think that's fine. You guys have seen a shower before. Not that big of a deal. Now, of course, they also have what they call parents' rooms and then multi-faith rooms as well. Now, all of those, from what I understand, if you want to get access to those, you just go up to the front desk. They'll let you in. The same with the cycling room as well, hence just the pictures from the outside of it. But overall, again, I think I would sum it up by it has like all of the amenities that you would want. It's not over the top. There's no one like giving massages. There's no like Equinox person on staff to help stretch you out or relax you, things like that. But again, with this being a big hub airport, shower's good. I love to work out. I'm usually traveling and working out as hard, so you can at least hit some cardio if you want to. You could probably do some push-ups in there too. So overall, I kind of like that. So now we'll get into some of my thoughts and opinions. I've kind of just been hanging out, observing for a little bit. Now granted, I will put this on from the lens of, everything is nice when it's brand new, right? At the time before this thing has been open for a month, I think, give or take. So yeah, everything's nice, but overall, would I pay $65 for it? No, but that's kind of the point, right? Around the airport, they have a bunch of Venture X signs and banners. Clearly, they want you to buy. I was actually surprised no one tried to get me to sign up for the card when I showed up, especially getting a day pass. But you can see they're making a strong push here, which is interesting because there's also a lot of American Airlines here. Of course, Centurion Lounge is down the hall as well. But overall, again, I think the amenities, it's fine. It's not too over the top. One thing that's been impressed me so far is the staff is really attentive in keeping this place clean. I've been to a few other Priority Pass lounges in Sky Clubs as of late. Now, granted, again, we're trying to put all this in context, right? Because it is still end of 2021 at the time of this, and there are staffing issues. There's still restrictions and stuff, so it's hard. I understand that, but other lounges I've seen, get way backed up and dishes and stuff everywhere, and you can't sit anywhere because it's a mess. But here the staff has been going around picking stuff up, keeping it clean, bringing out fresh food, rotating everything. So that's been really nice to see. They've also come over a few times, say, hey, do you need anything, can we get you anything? So very, very nice. Unless they just thought I was like Ask Sebi or something because of the YouTube thing. I don't know, we won't ask. But anyways, that's kind of my overall take on this. Now, final thought here. I think it's interesting to see what happens to this over time, right? They've clearly come. Capital One has put a flag in the ground. DFW, big airports, some other big airports coming, and they're looking to solve, I think, address the overcrowding, which is the biggest complaint of other lounges, Priority Pass, Centurion again. Delta Sky Club and the hubs, they seem to solve the problem by putting like multiple Sky Clubs in an airport. I know LaGuardia, where I just came from a few weeks ago, has multiple. DTW has like 4, I think. Well, that does probably add up, but they're saying, hey, this is more exclusive, in my opinion, is what they're saying, is this is kind of more exclusive from the standpoint of, you could pay more money for a platinum card, go down the hall and be on a wait list. I actually pulled up the DFW Centurion Lounge, and it's almost full now at noon, which makes sense. And granted, this will fill up as the Venture X card grows. Platinum card's been around for quite some time, so it's not quite fair, but not adding this to the Priority Pass network is probably going to help out a lot as well. So the last part is that, I think this is Capital One. I appreciate their strategy, watching it unfold. I think this is them addressing, my biggest complaint against them, which is it's easy for their customers to outgrow them. Everyone's first card is like a Quicksilver card, or even the Saver card's good, but that's usually your first card, but then you outgrow them, especially as you learn more about cards, and there just doesn't end up being a lot for you. But this, combined with the Venture X being the new flagship, combined with this and the expansion, and then even, they've been redoing their banking branches, I think that goes to kind of address my biggest complaint, which is you can outgrow Capital One. Now, I think they need to do some work on the Venture card underneath it, but hey, time will tell. I'm sure they're not done yet. Again, 2 other ones planned. So overall, guys, that has been my experience at the Capital One Lounge. Well done, Capital One. We kind of made fun of it a little bit when they were talking about it early on, but, I think this is well done. So credit where credit is due, and I'm excited to see what comes next and do more fun trips like this. So anyways, guys, if you like this one, of course, drop me the old thumbs up down below. If you find it particularly interesting, consider subscribing to the channel. Of course, sharing this out with anyone who might find this interesting, just maybe coming through DFW anytime soon. Posting content just like this every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Of course, right back here on Sundays with all the news you can use in the week that was in credit and finance. Of course, my question for you guys is, you just saw the tour, the walkabout. What do you think about it? Is this enough to kind of sell you on the Venture X card? If you're coming through DFW, do you plan on stopping in? Let me know your thoughts down below. But anyways, guys, that's going to do it for this one. As always, thank you so much for watching. I'll talk to you in the next one.